Namaste and a very warm welcome to our channel, Trusty Traders. This is an educational channel. Please go through a disclaimer mentioned in the description. We'll be continuing with what we have been doing till now, which is exploring some fantastic indicators on TradingView. This video explicitly uh, deals with two such powerful indicators. As far as this video is concerned, we'll be structuring it in this way. We'll be adding the two indicators. We'll be changing a few settings if needed in those indicators. After adding them, we'll try and understand how to use them as far as scalping is concerned. And then we'll see their practical application. Please understand, without any implementation or understanding of how to use them practically in live markets, all these efforts are futile. And hence our focus will be to understand as to how and where to use them and see as to in the actual markets, how did they work. So without any further ado, let's start. So our first indicator in this video is called as Trend Trader Strategy. This one by H. Potter. We'll just click and add. We'll go to the settings here by clicking on the settings icon. We'll change the color to black and probably change the thickness. We are not changing anything in the inputs. Okay, great. Next, we'll just type black, black flag. So you will get this swing arm ATR trend indicator, which is having 4939 likes. We'll just add it. So I know it's a bit cluttered, but we'll make it a bit better. Go to the settings of this indicator as well. We are not changing anything here. We'll go to the style and we are going to deselect all this, everything here. The first plots background, the second one. We'll just keep the last one, okay? The last plots background. Okay. Just make it a bit. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to add one more black flag. And we'll do probably the same thing in the style tab. Please note that as far as style is concerned, both of them have the same settings. But now we'll go to the inputs tab here for the second black flag. We'll change the ATR period to 200 and the ATR factor to 8. Okay. So this is how it's gonna look. All right. So now the first and the second part of adding the indicators and altering the settings is done. Now let us see and understand how to use them. So how does it function? As far as trend trader strategy is concerned, which is depicted by the black line, once that line gets broken, let's say on the downside, let's take the first example on the sell side. If it gets broken on the downside, and if you have a black flag indicator below it, you would want to take a sell trade with a probable target near the first black flag. Let me explain. So this is the trend trader got broken at 1435 on the 10th September. Make a note of the closing rates here. Okay, here. So what is the closing rate at 1435? It is 25077. At that time, what was the black flag? So it's basically a band. So let's take the higher band just to be safe. It's approximately 25048, right? So I'll be initiating a short here at 25077 at the closing rate. and my target would be 25047 or 25050. I, being a scalper, I don't need more than 20 to 30 points on the Nifty on a daily basis. This is my trade and I am done. You see, it touched here. A lot of people, if they are willing to take risks, they probably might want to wait, and if the first black flag gets broken, probably there is a very high probability that it might move to the next black flag, which is having the settings of 208, 208. So if you see it, it has worked here. But then mind you, it doesn't work every time. All right. You have to understand that you're a scalper. And this particular trading strategy is only for scalping. So 20 to 30 points on the Nifty and you're out. That is one way of trading. Okay. Now let's see another example. All right. On the buy side. This thing got broken on the upside, right? It is going from below and it is touching. Trying to go towards the upper black flag. You see, it is at 25056. And where is it? The upper black flag is at 25082. Okay. So probably if you want to put in your stop loss, it could be either this candle, this particular candle when when the trend trader line got broken, or probably a candle before. That's it. You are a scalper, you're going to take small profits. So probably your stop loss has to be aligned accordingly. So I'm going to take my trade here on the buy side at 25056, and my targets would be what? Around here, 25082. Okay, so around 26 points, right? So if you see, I got it here, 25082, 25006. So I am done on the buy side, right? This is an example wherein we are taking a trade on the buy side. We saw one on the sell side, but see, or you might say that, okay, this was also a probable trade. Yes, it was a probable trade. You would have taken a buy at 25063 with a stop loss at 25082. But then, sorry, with a target at 25082. But then if you see, your stop loss got hit. Okay, my stop loss would be 25040 or 38. It got taken out here. All right. So it's fine. We are not saying that every strategy is, cent percent. But when you get, probably if I get 3-4 trades in a single day, it's fine for me. 25, 30 points. Sometimes the moves are so huge that it works fantastically well. All right, so let's go probably where? Let's go to, okay, see. Now let's see on the sell side, 11th September, same thing. It got broken on the downside. Once it got broken on the downside, what is my probable target? First black flag. It is at what? 25016 right now. Okay. 25016. So my short is initiated at 25055 and my target is 25016. So today I'm getting 40 points. Okay. So it all depends on how the structure is established. Sometimes what happens is that this black flag probably would be at maybe at this level, 25040, giving you maybe 15, 18 such points. So it is all dependent on how the setup is. Okay. So if you see, right, I would have got around over here, but let's say if you would have, been there, you would have been able to capture this. But now it's very easy to say, right, after the things have happened. So for a scalper, it is very important to understand that 25, 30 points, great, you get out. If you are able to do it on a consistent basis, let's say you have around 252 trading days, let's say 52 days you are anyways out. Okay. And so you have 200 days. Out of them, you have bad days for 50 days. And you take another 50 days to compensate, right? So you still have 100 days. If you take 25 to 30 points, you are still making 250, 300 points on the Nifty. So probably more than that. What? No. It's 2,500 to 3,000 points on the Nifty. So it's a fantastic number, right? So on that note, if you see, right? Yeah, this was what I was talking about. So if you see, you come here, right? It broke and it quickly touched. So this trade is anyways over, right? Once it is touching the black flag, it's done, right? You're not going to trade any further, right? So probably, let's say, yeah, I mean, recently a fantastic move up and down. Yes. Yeah. So see, here also, okay? It got broken on 9th October 11:50 and it came and touched, okay? So see, you have to understand as to how does it functions. You enter at 135, you get out at 115, probably, okay, so black flag was not, it was at what? It's 25094. So you still have not made it, right? So your SL would have been what? 25170, and it never touched that stop loss, right? And your target got achieved. So probably your question would be, the risk reward and all those concepts go for a toss here. Definitely, yes, they go for a toss. So it all dependent on where your candle lies. One way of trading is this. Another way of trading, it is, let's say, if the candle that broke the trend trader, let's say, is of, let's say, 40 points. Okay. So when I say 40 points, you just have difference between the high and the low. Okay. So difference between the high and the low is what? 125,169 minus 25,128, approximately 40 points. So the next candle probably would at least move by 1 by 2, at least, which is 20 points. Okay. So just on that concept or that understanding, I would initiate my trade here. So let's say when you talk about 20 points, so the low is 128. So another 20 points from 128 on the downside, which is 108, right? You remove 20 points from 128. So 25108, there is a very high probability that it might go to 25108. And it is at 25135 right now. So 25135, I initiate a short. I want 25 points. If I close it at 25108, I'm making 27 points. I'm done for the day. That is one way of trading. Second way of trading is that you wait for the market to go and touch the black flag. If it gets broken, there is a very high probability. It is not sure, but then it is maybe said that it could go and touch the other black flag. All right. So that is what we are trying to say. Again, one more thing. You do not trade as and when the market opens, right? You wait for it to settle and then you initiate a trade if you get a good setup. All right. So here, see. At 9:55, it got broken on the upside. But if you see, right, you don't have a lot of room to make money, right? It is what? It is what? 25079.85, and black flag is at what? 25079.85. This is 25089. So that is done. Okay. It immediately, touched it here and you're done for the day. But then obviously it was a trade meant for only 10 points. But it's okay. 10 points is anyways not bad. All right. So again, if you see over here, right, at 11:10, it got broken. Broken here, it came here. Again, what is the difference between the high and the low? 25046, 25022. So difference is 24. So 24 by 2, which is 12. So another 12 rupees from 25022 on the downside, which is 25010. There is a probability that it will go to 25010. So slowly, yeah, it came here, right? Eventually it came to touch, but then it did not touch it, right? So it all depends on how do you want to take your trade. So 25023. So I'll be anyways out at 250 20 points or 25 points, right? If I would have waited, right? So my 25 points are anyways done over here. All right. If I would have waited for maybe a few more points, I might not, or if I would have waited for, black flag, then I might not have made that much money. My stop loss would have got it. So it is all dependent on you. Either you go and wait for it to touch your black flag, or either you take your 20, 25, 30 points and you get out, because you have to understand that this particular indicator or setup or strategy is only for scalping. All right. So again, if you see here, right, now this is where your stop loss gets hit, right? You initiate a buy at 42, you expect it to go over here, right? But then it went up and then immediately came down. So not worth it. All right. So that is where the stop loss got hit. Your stop loss was again very small, 250, maybe 26. So another 16-point SL, it got taken out over here. Now you got a sell opportunity here. All right. On the downside. So you entered at what, 25004, and maybe you touched, right? It touched black flag, whatever it is. Your stop loss was anyways very small here, was what, 9 points, and probably you made 20. You initiated your short at what, 25003. You waited for it to touch black flag, which was at 25987,984, whatever it is. All right. So another 15, 16 points on the left. So 2, 3 trades and you're done for the day, right? So again, this one, your stop loss got hit. Okay. So here, right now, if you see here, right, you don't have anything below. If you initiate a short here, your question would be, where do I, close my position? So as I said, as this is a downtrending market, both the black flag are above it. So if you have to initiate now, which is a very good situation for somebody to initiate a short. So if you see what is the difference between the high and the low of the candle? So if the high and the low of the candle is what? High is 24986.15, low is 24951.45, which is the difference is 45 rupees. So 45 divided by 2 is around 23. Okay. So 23 from the low, which is 24951. From there, 23 points, which approximately comes to 24928. Yeah. 24928. Yeah. So if you see 24928 and it got touched over here. Okay. Which is also your 23, 20, 25 points for the day. So you're done for the day. Okay. So you can see many such examples, right? So again, this is 9:15. You won't take a trade, but if you see, you got a fantastic move. But then, as I said, again, it looks good after the move has happened. Again, see on the short side, if you would have waited for it to touch black flag, you would have suffered, a loss, or a stop loss would have got it. But then your stop loss in this case would have been of what, 17 points. Okay. So you have to understand as to in which stages or in which structures you have to enter, you do not want to enter. All right. So you have to also understand that they also act as fantastic support and resistance. Yeah. So see, once this got broken, right, it has already touched black flag. So the move is anyways done. You might not want to take a trade. But if you want, let's say, once this candle is, what's the high end of the candle? 160, 114. Difference is about 46 points. 46 by 2 is 23. So 23 point from 25114. So again, approximately 25090 approximately. All right. So yeah, you got it here. And as we said, once the black flag is taken out, probably it might move to the next one. So you had a fantastic move here. Again, these are all ifs and buts, right? If you would have waited, or you would have got this, and all those things are there. What we are saying is 20 to 30 points you get out. It's as simple as that. Or else your stop loss will get taken out. Either way. Okay. So in such, on such trading days, if you see, right, you got here and you got out here. Again, this was a fantastic move. You see, right? If you have two reds, you should always, which is above the trend trader strategy, you should always wait for it to go down or break the trend trader strategy in the downside. it means that the market is in a downside trend, and it's a very high probability that your trades might prove to be profitable on this side and not on the buy side. So if you see again, right, this fantastic move. So on such days, right, you get, again, see, you took a buy trade, you would have succeeded here. But again, as we said, right, if it was me, I would have waited for it to go on the downside and taken the trade, which is here, because this is a very high probability trade, because I had read on the upside. So it is all dependent on how you want to do it. You see, both of them are there. It got broken on the downside. Again, 9:15, you won't take a trade, but still, the move that you are getting. All right. So that's it from my side. I hope you liked this video. As Rakesh Junjunwala has said, that commit a mistake that you can afford so that you may live to make another one. Always have your stop losses in place. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I would like to hear your comments and as to a lot of indicators if you would have explored from your side, so that I can also get a lot of insights about what's there on TradingView. On that note, thanks a lot for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Goodbye. Namaste.